think it was the first audition ever that I got that I went, oh, I can just literally be me. And it's so beautiful now in 2026 to see so much representation happening.
Yes.
That wasn't there necessarily when I was growing up.
Welcome back to Table 6, where we spotlight the people and stories shaping Toronto's culture and creative scene. Today we're joined by Matt Raffy from And Juliet, the hit musical now at Toronto's Royal Alexandra Theatre. Created by Canadian David West Reed, the Emmy Award-winning writer behind Schitt's Creek, And Juliet flips the classic Shakespeare story on its head and asks, what if Juliet chose herself instead of tragedy? The show is packed with iconic pop hits from legendary songwriter Max Martin, including well-known songs by Katy Perry, Britney Spears, Pink, Kelly Clarkson, and more.
Matt has performed across Canada and was a part of the original Broadway cast of And Juliet. You may also recognize him from projects like Working Moms on CBC. Today, we're talking about the journey into theater, life on stage, and why And Juliet has become such a must-see experience in Toronto.
You get hit by these themes that you're like, wait a minute, like I was here to listen to Britney. I'm bawling my eyes out 3 songs in. What's happening? Everyone is just like so supportive and so loving and pushing me forward. And it's like, and in that moment, it was a win for me, but it was a win for like everyone in my circle.
Yeah.
And keep pushing and keep going, and but also like enjoy the vibes.
Matt, welcome to the table. So happy to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
And Juliet, I gotta say, I have seen many shows, and I don't know if I had an expectation for what it would be like, but walking in, it was like this immersive experience that immediately connected the audience to the stage, and then it sort of sweeps us away into this sort of electric narrative. This must be such an incredible experience for you, but tell me more about, like, I want to know what has been like the most surreal or rewarding moment for you in all your performances, including And Juliet.
Oh my God, there's so many. Honestly, like it's like this show has been such a gift in my life on so many levels. Like just from the moment and from the day I like first auditioned for it back in like 2021.
Wow.
To now. Like it's been such an incredible journey, and as you know, actors and performers, and specifically in musical theater and theater, it's quite rare to have the chance to be a part of a show like this, like for so long and so many different versions of it. I think one moment that like tops just a tiny bit more all the other ones would be just like calling my mom and telling her like I'm gonna be on Broadway. Like that is like,
I love that.
that's just like I could cry right now. Like it's like insane.
Yeah.
Like, do you know?
Yeah.
So it's like you think of stuff like this one day happening, but it's like a like a wish or something. But like actually picking up the phone and calling your mom is like insane, to be like, I'm gonna be on Broadway. And I also don't tell my mom when I have auditions or when I tell things, because she gets so excited. So I've learned over the years to just kind of just call her for the good news. Like I don't, because then she gets too, and then it's annoying because I'm going, I can't. But yeah.
What was that reaction like when she found out? Like, what? Take us through that moment.
Well, it was a quite the interesting time in my life. I was actually going through a lot of like kind of dark things, just like as you know people do throughout life. Like I was going through just like personal life changes that were like quite sad, straight up a breakup. And on top of that, I booked a few things that either fell through or I got written out of, or it was like crazy. Like it was like life was like, let me just see how much you could take. So everything that could go wrong kind of went wrong during that time in my life, which was nuts. And then the process of And Juliet was so long, but there was a moment where I was like, oh, I don't think I got it. Like, I don't think this is a thing. So then that kind of added up to my like, well, there you go. See, like, and then, so then she sort of knew what was going on in my life at the time. So she was kind of ready to like be like, therapist 2.0, like, cause I already had my one on the call. So she was, ready to be like, it's okay. Just keep going or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I didn't tell her about any of that process because I didn't tell anyone. Like they flew me to New York for the finals. Like it was a whole thing. It was
Wow.
months and
Wow.
months of auditioning. And then finally I got it. And then she was like the first person I called. And she saw me and I was just like bawling my eyes out. And then she went, oh my God, like what now? And then I was like, I booked, this show called And Juliet. And she was like, oh my God, okay. And then she was like started crying because she was so happy that I like booked something that I was like, I'm working again. And then I was like, it's gonna be in New York. And then she was like, uh-huh. And, so she's like, I'm like
Just crying for the
on
part.
Broadway. And then she went, what? And then we both like, I just couldn't stop crying. Like I was just like and then she was crying, and then we just kept crying for like at one point, like we both put our phones down, and we were both just like crying of like releasing so much, just so much like support and love and like pushing each other up to a point of like this is like the result, and it was like such a release moment, like and. This is like a tangent into like my support system. Like I am very lucky to have such an incredible, I could get emotional, like such an incredible support team behind me. Like my family, my brother, my mom, my dad, like and my best friends, like everyone is just like so supportive and so loving and pushing me forward. And it's like, and in that moment it was a win for me, but it was a win for like everyone in my circle. And anyway,
no, that's fantastic. I like, it's amazing how things always just kind of work out, right? And then when you look back, you kind of wonder if like the way all the crappy parts of it played out, if it actually prepared you for like this
100%.
moment. Now I know that the show is fueled by some incredible iconic anthems that have been like reimagined. It really feels like, well, and Juliet just takes on a different show compared to like your traditional theater performance. Why do you think so many people connect with it so strongly?
Oh my God. I mean, honestly, so many reasons. I think the foundation of the show is like so solid. I think the entire creative team, I invite everybody to go on the And Juliet Broadway.com website and look up like the entire creative team and really research all these people, because they are all such geniuses, from the set to the design to the lighting to the costumes to the orchestration to the like everything is so intertwined perfectly together. It's like actually like it's like a visual, sorry, this is like TMI, but like visual orgasm. Like it's so satisfying to watch. Like just like watching alone. There's so many layers. I think first of all, the music, like you said, I think the music is songs that people know so well. They either grew up with listening to these songs, or they hear it on the radio or whatever. And already as an audience member, you feel comfortable. You feel like there's a familiarity with the show itself. And then the story, Romeo and Juliet, it's a classic. So therefore you feel also comfortable in that because you kind of sort of think you know where it's going to go. And then because of the incredible writing of David S. Reed, and it sort of takes you on this journey, on this emotional journey of all of a sudden you get hit by these major themes of self-acceptance, identity, love, parenting. Like it's just like you get hit by these themes that you're like, wait a minute, like I was here to listen to Britney. I'm bawling my eyes out 3 songs in. What's happening? You know, like, and it's just there's like a secret sauce to it that I don't know what exactly it is, but all these elements that I talked about just a minute earlier, like really mixed together creates this magic. And it's unlike, honestly, it's unlike, and I've seen it a few times only, but every time I like cry and it's unlike anything I've ever seen. It's not unlike any other jukebox musicals. Like it's just really its own thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
It's so true because it's like you're kind of flipping the script as well, right? It's a
100%.
completely different rendition of like that classic story, and it offers so many different perspectives.
Yeah.
So your character May is a non-gender confirming character.
Yes.
What's it like to play May?
I'm like emotional. I love it. It's oh my god, I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. It's such a gift to be able to play a part like this. There's so many reasons, personal reasons. This industry is ever evolving, and it's so incredible to see. To like turn on your whatever streaming service, and I was gonna say TV, but nobody really watches TV anymore. Like the cable, like what's that? So you turn on whatever, Netflix, Crave, whatever, and you watch these shows, and it's so beautiful now in 2026 to see so much representation happening.
Yes.
That wasn't there necessarily when I was growing up, right? And entering this business and this industry early on in my career, I sort of had this mental box in my head to be like, okay, lock in, we gotta, butch it up and mask it up and you gotta, if you want to book these roles, you gotta look like every other boy out there and let it be theater, let it be TV, let it be whatever. And I was also told by, creative people in the industry to do so if I wanted to work and keep working and book anything really. And so cut 2 years later, stepping into a role like this is so rewarding and special and I feel truly like very, very lucky to be able to tell this story every night, but also my God, like the outpour of love and support and just like people messaging me like almost after every show, just being like, thank you for what you do and thank you for this message of love and acceptance that you put out there every night and because there's always a because, right? And it's the because that's very special to me. It's because they know someone, that they didn't necessarily understand until they saw me play May on that stage. They were like, wait, I sort of understand now, or they're personally going through something or whatever. And having these sorts of messages is so, it's like a gift that keeps on giving, really, because I'm just like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm doing a little something good in the world by just like doing what I do, but also being authentic in who I am. And
I think your authenticity really shines through in that role. You do like an award-winning performance playing May, and I think what is so important about that is when you show up as your real self, like you talk about the different ways in which you want it to be perceived, but when you live in that truth and that honesty, like it just really it hits you at a different level. And my favorite song that you did a rendition of is Not Yet a Girl, Not Yet a Woman, and I literally heard the lyrics of that so differently in this role, and I think it's something that a lot of people are connecting to. So really like take a moment to just soak that in, because you are part of history and being able to play these roles that generations will be able to appreciate going forward.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of a full circle moment, because it's like you go into this career thinking you have to be someone else completely and being like, there's no space for me to just have a character that is me in a sense. And it's really cool to see. It's like you come to this point in your career and this time in life where that opportunity is made for you and you don't have to be anyone else. And it's different because in acting, it's you're ready and prepared to be somebody else. You're portraying someone else's story and character, but it's rare that you get something that aligns so deeply with who you feel you are too.
100%. Like I remember like even the audition process, I was like, this is like one of the first, I think it was the first audition ever that I got that I went, oh, I can just literally be me.
Yeah,
Like I
it's
don't
made
have
for
to
you.
put anything on.
Mhm.
And it was the first time. And it was, and in my head, I went, is that how everyone else feels when they like, you know what I mean? Like is that when they like audition for something, they were like, yeah, I'll just read it and,
Yeah.
you know, act whatever the lines are, but they don't necessarily, it's like, I could just like be myself. And,
Yeah.
and it was, yeah, it was so freeing and the rest was history. So it was very special.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
think productions like this are helping younger audiences connect with theater?
100%.
Mhm.
I think, well, knowing the songs themselves, like it's like you, you reshape in your mind watching a show like Juliet. You reshape in your mind what musical theater can be. Just from even, you know, the choreo from Jen Weber, where it's
Mhm.
like so cool and intricate and hip hoppy and street style, and also, you know, pop lock and, you know,
Yeah.
like a little bit of like heels without the heels
Yeah.
moments. Like, you know, like there's so much freedom in this show. That show kind of breaks down all these like rules almost in musical
Yeah.
theater. And you know, watching a show like, you know, and Juliet and so many other shows also like in this sort of style is so exciting to also
Yeah.
see musical theater world evolve
Mhm.
and be so inclusive of
Yes.
people that come from different backgrounds, different stories. Like, you know, you watch a show like on Broadway, like Hell's Kitchen, and it's just like, that is musical theater. How
Yeah.
incredible is that? Like, how cool? Like,
Yeah.
and because, you know, you grew up and it's just so much classical stuff, and you don't really think of like what it can be. So it's very exciting. And we're in a very exciting time in musical theater in general, I find. Like there's such cool, fun
Yeah.
shows that just kind of break those old rules and say like, no, we can do this too, but in our own way, you know,
Yeah.
looking like this or dancing like that or singing
Yeah.
like this, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think that's the power of like the arts being able to take
Mm.
either stories like Romeo and Juliet or
Yes.
even like the historical context we were talking about
Yeah.
Six the musical
The
earlier.
Six
yes.
musical.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Obsessed.
I was singing like every single, like it was literally in our car on repeat.
Oh my God,
nonstop.
of
I
Like
love
my
that
husband
bit, yeah.
too was just like,
Yeah. It's so good. I mean, you know, like
Yeah.
it's just, and thank God, because like,
Yeah.
you know, we're like, it's evolving and it's so, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were talking a little bit about the music. What
Yes.
was your favorite number to perform on the show?
They're so good. I would say Show Me Love. I think
Yes.
just the timing of that song in the show is perfect. It sort of like gets the show kind of going, and then it kind of sets the vibe for like what the style of the show is. Like I think the carriage coming out and, you know, the projections and the everything, the sound design, like everything is sort of like moving and gets the audience sort of like feels like they're going somewhere, and
Right.
the story is moving along and it's very quick.
Yeah.
So style wise and musically and also like like just visually, it's all very much working together in a very exciting way. And it also takes me a minute to like take a breath before we go into the big party
Right.
Yeah.
scene. So and I just love that song. So yeah.
Yeah. It's I feel like every song, this is probably another question probably for David Westreed,
Yes.
about the song selection, because it feels like how did they it works so seamlessly
I
to be
know.
able to like weave it through this entire storyline. So
Mhm.
that would be really interesting to know like what the process was for
Yeah,
being able to do that.
all I know, I mean, we talked a little bit about it, but I know that Max Martin
Mhm.
kind of gave his full,
Right.
you know, library of songs and said go.
Oh.
and
Wow.
and
That's great.
and the genius that David is just sort of was like A B C D E F G and then boom, like it just sort of I can't
That's
Yeah.
I don't
incredible
know.
to be
Like,
able to map it out
honestly.
like that in
come
your
on,
head.
it's very like I don't even know what that movie is, but when they see like it's a National Treasure when he sees the like letters and stuff, like it's giving
all
that.
zoned
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he had like an out of body moment, and
Yeah.
came to with the show. It's
Yeah.
incredible. I don't even know how he did it.
Yeah, it honestly feels like it was made for, like, many of those songs were made for the show
I know.
itself. But yeah, very like intricately done, I'm sure, and everything working together is beautiful. So you are very central in this show. You've probably done many shows before, and you've talked a little bit about that experience. When did you get into acting, and when did you realize that it was more than a hobby?
I feel like I always sort of knew, like, not to be like, I've been acting since the age of 1, but like I
Really? Okay, what was
no. But I just feel like there was never anything else I liked or wanted to do from very early on. I sort of like, I remember one of my first memories was watching The Mask with like Jim Carrey and looking at that and being like, oh, that's what I want to do. And then, you know, that moment when you watch, depending on how young you are, you watch a movie and there's a sort of belief that, and it doesn't even need to be a movie. It can be an orange juice commercial. And you, as a kid, you watch that and you're like, yes, this woman lives in that TV. Like, that's all it is. It's that woman with the glass and the orange juice, and like that's her, and it's real, and we're just capturing that moment, and that's who she is. And then one day when you're older, I'm sure you realize that no, that's an actress, and that's probably not orange juice. And then she goes home, and then she auditions for the next commercial or whatever.
Yeah,
that shift happened a little too early for me. It's I sort of locked in mentally.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I had no reason to. And no one taught me. There's no actors in my family. There's nothing. And there's no artists, really. And I sort of started very early on looking at movies being like, wow, that actor is doing that. How can I do that? And I would like imitate them in my living room. And there's like old videos somewhere of me also pretending to be other things I would see on TV. Like, I was obsessed with watching how news anchors would talk and physically sit in their chair. And then I would like imitate them. And I didn't know English at the time. So I would just like say gibberish and then tell my mom to sit beside me. And I would just like interview her. And then the next day I would be like, I don't even know, like a pirate or whatever. But in my head, I was like, I'm an actor playing that part, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like,
so was she always supportive? Like, was she always there, sort of like cheering you on? Yeah,
so
always.
Sweet.
I have the most incredible parents and brother in the world. The love and the support was there from the beginning. And it was filled with so much support and also their own history of sacrifices and working towards a better future or working harder now for a better future that they might not even see, you know? So yeah, I'm very, very lucky in that way.
Maybe you can paint that picture a little bit of your background and what that was like to you moved to Canada at a very young age. So what was that transition like for you? And maybe you can paint your childhood.
Terrible.
Oh no.
It was terrible. It was terrible. Never move your child at the age of 11 into grade 8.
Oh.
yeah.
In the middle of New Brunswick, Canada.
Oh my gosh, that would be challenging.
Moncton. Shout out Moncton. It was terrible. I mean, it was terrible. So long story short, my parents sort of sat me down and said, listen, you know, we're making moves and
Literally.
I'm trying to be like, how much do I say here? I don't want my parents to get mad. But we're making moves and your father will be staying in France, which he still is. And your mom will be moving to Canada. And it was Montreal at first. And because my mom is a professor and a researcher and a million other things. And she was given an opportunity to work with universities in Canada and stuff. And then one thing led to another. University of Moncton was sort of involved in that. And then boom, 5, 6, 7, 8, do you want to stay here in France or do you want to move with your mom?
Oh, wow.
And I'm like 11 and I said, I'm going with mom, I guess. So that's a very short version. And
With like knowing nothing about Canada.
knowing nothing.
Oh my
Never
gosh.
been. And then we went to Montreal for a few months and then we moved to Moncton and then I entered grade 8, which is the final year of middle school for
Right.
everyone. So good for them. Terrible for me. I show up, I'm also the only like brown kid like in the school. And so that was interesting. I also speak perfect French.
Yes.
And everyone's
very
speaking
different.
very different. They're like Acadian. So they
Yeah.
have this like Chiac sort of Franglish language that they literally created there. And thankfully I was off book after a month and I learned that language to fit in and that was I sort of hit the ground running when I got there. It was speaking of acting, I learned that role. I was like, okay, I'm from Moncton now. And how do I fit in as quick as possible to not be bullied, to not, be miserable. So
I feel like so many Canadians don't understand that the shift is so different. Because when growing up, my mom was like, "You're gonna go to Canada, so you should learn French." And personally, my French was not very good, but I thought I knew something, and then it's just wait, this is not the same French at all. And I don't think people understand, like, for someone who is living in France to move to Acadian French country, essentially. It's a completely different language.
A different language.
Yeah.
Oh, it really is. It honestly is. And I also didn't know English. So that was like a triple whammy. And then so I was getting bullied, pick a card, any card.
Yeah.
Like it was truly like it was a buffet of like just anything to bully me.
Oh my God.
And then my mom was like, okay, enough. So she hired an English tutor who became a very close friend of the family. But she hired an English tutor for like a year to literally teach me English, but also like be like take the accent out completely. So she sort of like it changed my life in that moment. And then this is what I'm also talking about with my parents being so like, okay, like what do we need to do? Like action. Like we're not resting on whatever this is. And my mom from the beginning was very much like, you're getting bullied. What can we do? What do we do? What do we need? What do we need? Do we do this? And very action based and thank God for her. And then I pretty much learned proper sort of English and as much as I could. And then watching a lot of Harry Potter and, proper like just English movies, whatever. And just like on repeat, just like hearing people speak English. Like, and also, thank God I was young enough, like right at the border of when it becomes hard to learn a language, or like really still being a sponge as kids are. So I was very lucky in that time frame. But yeah, it was tough. It was a tough few years.
So you graduated from high school in Moncton.
Yeah, French high school.
Yeah.
And then went to university in New Brunswick. And I also, why would I pick the easy route? I was like, no, I'm going to go to an English university. Like, oh Lord. So that was a whole thing. And I got into Mount Allison University. I went there for a year and I knew that I wanted to be an actor. Like I said, like it just was never a question. I was like, I want to do theater. I wasn't always in like school plays and like whatever. And I got into university and then within like the first term, I was like, oh, I'm done. Like this is not for me. I can't bring my binder and like write notes about math and cells. Like, what are we doing? Like, so then I gave it a year and my mom was like, finish the year and then we'll see.
Yeah.
But give me a year, please. And I was like, fine. And then I didn't tell her during the second half of my first year in university that I applied to go to film school in Vancouver.
Oh my gosh. And she's a professor too, on top of all of this.
She was, oh my God, and I failed psychology, which is what she teaches, and she was mortified. Mortified. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm bringing shame to the family. But it's not for me. Like, I can't, it's not for me.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell her, but I applied to go to Vancouver Film School, which I got in somehow. And I was like, oh God, like it's happening. Like I'm starting school next year in Vancouver, which it's literally on the other side of the country. And told her, and she freaked out, and famously was very supportive and was like, okay, you gave me a year, now it's your turn. And then that trajectory sort of started everything into, really who I am today. I was surrounded by actors and artists and people who took it seriously and professionally. And they were like, no, this is like not a joke. Like, it's not just like a little school play. Like, we're here to learn how to live off of this and professionally. And I was at the time, I was like 19 or 20. And it was life-changing. I learned everything. From acting on camera to how to learn lines to everything.
That's so good.
Wow.
And then graduated from that their acting program. And then I realized also quickly that in Canada, it's best in the acting world to be able to do it all. Like, we're not as busy and lucky in a way as the US are with the amount of work that's being pumped out on every category of entertainment. So in here, if you want to be able to work and live off of your craft, you need to be able to do it all. So I was like, I need to learn how to sing and dance. Stat! Like, there's let's go.
Yeah.
So I, instead of going into the world and be like, no, let me audition for a bit, I was like, no, I need to keep going. So I applied to go to Randolph Academy in Toronto. And this is how I got to Toronto. And then studied there, learned everything from scratch. And then I've been to Toronto ever since.
That's so great.
That was
how long ago was that?
It was that I graduated around 2014.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
that's great. I think it's actually really good to be able to get the experience of and being well-rounded, because maybe you have a greater appreciation to the part you play, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, you've kind of lived all over Canada. For someone who never who wasn't born here, you are probably way more Canadian than a lot of Canadians, because you've lived across the entire country.
Nice. Yeah. And also I've been also very lucky to have worked in like different theaters around the country, so that's also was great to like kind of spend 3-6 months like somewhere that I wouldn't normally live in Canada and get to know that place. And like, I'm obsessed with Halifax. It's like one of the best cities in the world. I just going all over the country has been a gift, really.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
How does it feel like, with all that experience across the country, to represent Canadian talent now on major stages?
Oh my God. It's very special. There's something when I was on Broadway, there's like a few Canadians that were either also on Broadway or around the scene, and there's something special about finding another Canadian out there, like outside of Canada, that you're like, we connect. So it's very special. It's such an honor to be like even being representing Canada, like in any way. I felt very lucky and honored. It was so special. I loved it.
That's so wonderful. I think that thank you for sharing your journey, first of all, and then being able to represent our great country, which your experience is many experiences of Canadians as well. A lot of people see you on the stage, like in the spotlight, but they don't really appreciate, the grind that really goes into it. What is the reality of preparing for a Broadway-level role?
Oh my God. Well, everyone's different. I'll just say that, first of all. My process and what I demand of my body and myself and my sort of standard for myself is obviously, for me, it's not for everyone. So everyone has their own process and all that.
Yeah.
For me, it's a 24/7 sort of job. Like it's sort of like when I'm on a show like this, the demand and the standard I have to be able to perform emotionally, physically, vocally the way I want to, and the standard for myself is quite high. And I also know what I'm capable of, so therefore I reach for that every night. And it's sort of a full-time job. I mean, it's 8 shows a week, but the mental game happens all night, all day long, if that makes sense.
You're like living in the head of your character, essentially, or
yes, but no. Mostly in living in the character that I play in the building, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like the Matt Raffy in the theater is not Matt Raffy outside of the theater. Like the locking in level at work is beyond. Like I'm very specific with what I eat, what I drink, the amount of tea I drink backstage, how many lozenges I consume per show. Like it's all very calculated for me. Like it's like become a thing, and like how much I use my voice on that day, how much talking I do to anybody backstage, or how much talking I don't do, like depending on how tired I am. Like it's everything. It's like even FaceTime throughout the day. How much can I talk to someone, because my voice becomes sort of like, it's like that. Do you play The Sims? Like the tube is full, right? So it's like the more I use my voice throughout the day, the more it goes down and the battery runs down, right? So I have to be careful in like what I eat, acid reflux, etc. My fitness, going to the gym, how much going to the gym, how much working out, how much not working out.
Right.
Everything becomes about the show and the performance, to be fully ready, fully engaged, fully present, delivering the best work I can at the level I want to. It's like it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
And are you like socially, are you mindful of like how you're spending your social time? Like,
oh yeah.
Do you get to
there's
enjoy
no social.
Oh my gosh.
This is my social time right now.
Yeah.
Like if I see my friends, we plan like one Monday, which is my only day off.
Yeah.
One Monday a month to be like,
gosh.
okay, dinner here I love a 6 p.m. dinner.
Same.
I like to be at home by like 9, bed by 10, gorgeous. Everything is sort of planned. And also I'm not a very socially extroverted person. So being around a lot of people all day, every day, and putting out so much like
probably draining
glitter and shine and la 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 like every day, I need to go home and not speak or see anyone for like 24 hours minimum. Like I need to stay away from people. Just so I can show up and be my best self. You're
sounding like a professional athlete here.
It really is. Like it's like I said, like it is the most rewarding job and role in my life, but it's the hardest thing I've ever done ever. Just because of the preparation, the demand, the standard for myself, and you know, we're our worst own critic, our own worst critic. So I'm very hard on myself, but I'm trying not to be. But yeah, it's full out. But again, that's me and that's my process. You know, as someone, I have friends that can go out all night, drink whatever, and then they show up the next day and they sound like Adele, and it's like stunning.
Like,
good for you.
How does that
you know
work?
what I mean? Like, and it's like I could never, but like shout out to you, and I wish, you know. So
I mean, I think just this industry takes up so much mental space for you as well, like for anyone who's taking part in it every day.
Totally.
And it's an industry that's also built around a lot of auditions and rejections. So how do you stay mentally confident in those kind of periods? And how do you keep your self-esteem up? Because that's tough.
It is tough. I mean, real talk, it is tough. It's not easy. It's a lot of, I have one of my best friends. She auditions more than anyone I know, and she also knows more because she auditions so much. You know what I mean? It's the rejection, quote unquote, is part of the job, and the job really is the audition part. The gift is the role that you get, but the audition is the job that you also don't get paid for. So it's
Yeah.
such
Yeah.
a weird mindset that you constantly have to be like, no, this is fine. Like,
Yeah.
I will go,
Yeah.
work at, I don't know, the coffee shop or Lululemon or whatever,
Yeah.
to like pay my bills and
Yeah,
survive and
make ends
eat.
meet. Yeah.
But yeah, I also, a few years ago started this new sort of mentality with auditions where I sort of see it as an invitation to a party. This is like kind of like, stay with me here. I see auditions as an invitation, and
Yeah.
I so therefore you can't be rejected from a party. You can't
Yeah.
from a dinner party. Like I'm invited. How nice.
Yeah.
And the script and the text I get to learn is sort of like the menu and like what we're
Okay.
gonna eat and who I'm gonna be and what I'm gonna wear and how exciting. So I see auditions as like literally an invitation to someone's house for dinner and then that's it. That's what it is. And then if they call me later on to offer me a role, I'm like, oh my God, like that's so nice. But to me, I got invited to a dinner party.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
wonderful.
The call is like, oh, we'll be friends now.
yeah, why not? And like,
Yeah.
or like, they thought of me because of whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so that mentality, please use it if that works for you. But it helps me being like, oh my God, I got an invitation today. Like,
Right.
so
Yeah.
I'm invited to do something, have fun. And then it's literally like, you have to let it go because
Yeah.
then it becomes, if I'm too attached to something, which God, I've been before. And it's so heartbreaking and it's so hard because like some roles you are so perfect for and
Yeah.
you are like,
Yeah.
this is me, this
Yeah.
is perfect for me or whatever, and
Yeah.
and it doesn't work out and it is what it is. But you got invited. How exciting,
Yeah.
I had a cute bite and
Yeah.
I look cute
It's
and
super,
whatever.
Yeah. So it sounds to me like, you need to just surrender it and just allow it to be what it will be.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's times where you've probably had moments on end, or there's this gap where you can only go to so many dinner parties before
exactly.
you're like,
When you start being like, I'm full.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get through those difficult periods? Like, who is there to like really encourage you, motivate you? Like,
I am again very lucky to have such a strong support system.
Yeah.
I think surrounding yourself with the right people, and it can be 1, 2, 3 people. That's it. That's all you need. It can be even when one person.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky with such a strong, supportive, also a little bit firm sometimes at times of which I need to be shaken a little because I get very comfortable in being sad. That's something about me. I love sad music. I get ready with sad songs. I love like Rain. Like I'm just like
Yeah.
that girl. Like
Yeah.
I love the emo-ness of it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
It just hits something in my
That's
brain
your
and I
vibe.
go,
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy right now. Like literally to get ready for a party, like I will listen to like sad songs or
Yeah.
like breakup songs.
I'm
I don't
so
know
happy
why.
I'm sad.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm hyped now.
No, literally, it's like it does something. I don't know. But I have such incredible friends and an amazing agent / friend that I've been with for years that is, can be like give me the right amount of tough love, but also lifts me up and keeps pushing me forward and also have, family and friends that also will be like, look how far you've come and take a minute to kind of like sit in that and like find the joy in like this beautiful journey that I've been on for the past how many years, So
yeah.
but it's hard. Of course, there's gonna be days where you're like, what the hell am I doing? Like why does it all matter? What is this? And it's hard and all again with social media. You're bombarded by so much success and so much glitter
Right.
and so much
Yeah.
glam and so much look at me. Like, it's like stardom is everywhere. Everyone's famous.
Yes.
Everyone's a star. Everyone's famous. Everyone's has a trillion views. It's so it's like
Yeah.
it's too much. Like you're oversaturated with so much look at me, success that there's gonna be moments where you're like, oh, I'm not that, therefore I'm failure, therefore I'm rejected, therefore I'm alone. And it's like, no, that's just like what's sort of trending right now in the world, which is like this sort of image of glitter and glam and success, and it's hard. It's easy to get lost in that. Is my point.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have the right people in your life to support you, tap you on the butt a little bit to be like, wake up, this is all just in your head, or none of this is real, and focus on you. Don't look around.
Yeah.
And keep pushing and keep going, but also like enjoy the vibes. Like it's not that serious. You know, it's just, it's fun. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do a quick rapid fire with you. Okay. So you got this. Just answer the first thing that comes to mind. Okay.
Okay.
You probably know all of these.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dana, you want
This will be easy.
Yeah. Dana, you start.
Yeah. Start with an easy one.
Okay.
What's a movie role you would have loved to play?
Rapid fire.
I know.
5
I
seconds.
hear that. I was gonna say The Mask because I just talked about it. But also, I don't know why this is popping into my head. There's like this. This is such a niche reference. So shout out to whoever gets this. But there's this like Persian dancer in like the Great Alexandra movie with Colin Farrell. I don't know who what I'm talking about, but there's this like, I don't know what the character is, but there's this like Persian dancer that falls in love with Alexander the Great.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I want to play that. Hello.
Okay.
But anyways, that was like years ago. And that movie got so much bad reviews and I loved it. Like, but anyway, that's me.
Well, it's out in the world now, and if they do a remake, you know
who to call.
yeah.
Choose me.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite pre-show ritual.
Oh, blasting
Sad music.
K-pop
No.
music. No, K-pop music. Well, sad music is me, my personal time. In the theater, it's like me at work. I can't be depresso espresso all the time. But I love K-pop music. I love Illit right now.
yes,
Oh my
yes,
God,
yes.
I'm obsessed with them.
Cat's
So good.
They're
See,
so
blasting music and getting
Yeah.
like, let's go. And also like my character May is very hee hee ha ha, like from the start anyway.
Yeah.
It goes kind of down, but I sort of want to find that joy from the beginning. Okay.
Okay.
Rapid fire, sorry.
Who's your greatest inspiration?
My mom and my brother, honestly, yeah. Like my mom,
Oh.
like just I could cry. Like she's just all she does and all she's ever done is like to work hard for me and my brother. Like it's just all she's ever done, and will sacrifice anything for us to have a better life. And if I could repay her in even 1% in my lifetime of what she's done for me, I've succeeded. That's the best thing I could have done in my whole life.
I love, like, that is like probably a mother's gift to hear like their child just like beaming with like pride in the parents. So shout out to your mom.
Sarah.
Oh,
We love you.
we love you, Sarah.
I'm crying. My phone
I
fell.
know, look at that. We're all crying here.
Okay.
So I want to ask though, follow-up question.
Yeah.
Who's your greatest inspiration if you were to pick a famous person?
Of course. Ariana Grande. I mean, I just love her. I love how just her career has been so insane, really. Like when you think about it, like just from where she started to where it is now and beyond. I've been a fan of hers for literally since the beginning, and I can't wait to go to her concert this summer. In Montreal. And yeah, I play her music like all the time. Her sad songs especially. But yeah.
She's an incredible singer too. Like I feel
oh
like
my God.
so
And like the
much-
kindest person ever, and just so good. And her and Wicked, I mean,
Honestly,
come on. Like it's
that
just
was sweet for her too.
Yeah.
Okay, this might relate to the next question.
Yeah,
but,
tell me.
if there was any artist that you could sing with or perform with, who would it be?
I would not say Ariana Grande only because I could not dream of being like it would be an insult to her.
Let's
for
hope
me
the
to
person you see is not
to
insulted.
sing,
but-
to sing next to her. I would never do that. I would just listen and cry. Perform with I don't know. I would love to do I would love to do a play with Drew Barrymore.
Oh,
I know. I kind of want to bring her
Interesting.
back into the acting world and like do a
Yeah.
play with her because why not? I I miss acting Drew. I know she's in her talk show,
Era.
Yeah.
right now, which like obsessed. I
Yeah.
love her, but yeah, I miss her in plays and movies and acting world anyway, in all
Okay.
shapes. So
Good.
why not?
Love that.
Yeah.
What's one album or soundtrack everyone should hear?
I mean, any album from Ari, like duh.
Yeah.
But also the soundtrack of the Cinderella live action movie. You guys,
I have not heard it.
please.
Was it Lily James?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a no skip album. There's no words. Mind you, it's classical music.
Okay.
But I highly recommend. It just hits. Like you just press play and you do your chores around the house or your taxes or whatever. And my God, it's just the most gorgeous, beautiful music ever. And it's like very ethereal. And anyways, yes.
I'm gonna get into that. I love that niche hit.
Yeah.
Well, Tiana and I were talking earlier about like ADHD and some other stuff.
Yes.
And I'm now trying to listen to more non-lyrical music,
Yes.
so I'm definitely gonna put this on.
Get your concentration.
Yeah,
going.
when I'm doing stuff, I can't. There can't be words.
Yeah.
Because then I'd be like, huh? What do you
Yeah.
say? What's that? No, it needs to be clear. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What's one thing that people misunderstand about performers?
That it's work. Like, yes, we love it, and obviously it's our passion, but it's also our jobs.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes the lines get blurred. It's like I think sometimes people think of, performers and artists in general, like they're just sort of in this like, I don't even know, enchanted forest,
Yeah.
like frolicking and
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I don't know what people, like regular people think, but it's a job at the end of the day. I'm
Right.
getting literally paid to do this.
Yeah.
And also there is expectations and standards and people that I have to answer to.
Mm-hmm. Last question. If your life had a musical number, what song plays?
Oh, what song plays?
Mm-hmm.
A few.
Okay.
Oh my God. Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield.
Oh,
Come on.
the
Okay, yeah,
best.
it would be a pop musical or pop whatever.
That's so.
Come on. Like
That's
me.
so
Classic.
and Juliet.
Yeah,
of you.
come on. Like I'm just like me getting ready in the morning, like
Yeah.
like moving the. This is the mirror in the bathroom, by the way.
Oh.
this is me acting.
That was
I'm
you
act-
hailing the
Yeah,
people
yeah,
in the world.
This is me coming out of the
Hello,
shower,
everyone,
cleaning
it's
the
me.
mirror in my
Oh.
bathroom. This is the acting. That or Breathless by the Course.
Oh.
Come on.
Okay, all of those are like.
No, yeah, like
He has
those.
an album already.
Yeah.
prepped.
Yeah.
the
These are
album.
these are songs like The Climb, Miley Cyrus. Come on,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would be all those songs, which are kind of sad, by the way. But anyway, yeah.
Well, going back into just rounding this off, has your definition of success changed since joining this industry as a professional?
Yeah, 100%. I think that like younger me is thinking that, booking a role or a job and I don't know, meeting people and whatever, like work, like getting that one job is like, that's when I'm going to be successful. And that's when I'm going to be like, oh, I made it then. And that means that anything I've done until now, it's not me making it. I will only make it and be successful and get the stamp of like myself. Like I'm successful with that one job, with that one role. And it's like, that was this constant exhausting grind where you're on this like never ending treadmill of like, but, and then you sort of like burn out and yeah, so that was my idea of success. And I've thankfully learned that success is sort of, I don't know. I think it's a sort of made up word. I think everything is successful. I think if I choose that this is a success, me being here, this is my dream come true, then it is. Then shout out to me, And if I got up that morning and I if I've gone through many phases in my life, and sometimes success, was waking up not crying that day and being like, I'm gonna get out of my house and go get a coffee, like that's success, And I think that I've learned, and I'm in such a beautiful, peaceful place right now, knock on wood, in my brain when it comes to my relationship with success and with work. And I think that to me, success is a much broader sort of life and relationships and things happening and compensating much bigger things than just like work.
Yeah.
And the idea that like you have to have this one job or this one booking to be successful.
Because what happens after you get that one booking? Then you feel like, oh, I have nothing else to look forward
because
to.
then automatically once you got that success, boom, it's already old. Then
That's
you're
right.
not successful because you didn't get the next thing. So it's like, what are we doing? You know? So yeah, it's change in a very healthy, happy way. Yeah.
I love that. I love that perspective. It's so important, I think, to really appreciate where you are and to find success in even the smallest of moments in life, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and life's too short. Honestly, life is too short.
Absolutely.
And just always sort of, I try to do this every day. Truly, it is hard because, like, again, life happens and like, I was late today. But, find a moment to sort of be like, thank you. And I don't know who I'm thanking or what. Yeah. But I do believe that, like, I have to be like, thank you for this. Thank you for this day. Thank you for
the Academy.
Thank you for the Academy. Why not? Like, just like, it's just this sort of. And sometimes I feel like we're overdoing it with the like #grateful, #whatever. But it's true. Like there is like there's always a moment. There's a moment every single day to just be like, hey, thanks for this, for me, for whatever.
Like, I think even your life in contrast to so much of what's going on in the world right now just the fact that we're here having this conversation when so many people are dealing with all sorts of real life matters where it would be tough to
dark things
to find gratitude.
Absolutely.
What advice would you give young creatives who are trying to make a break into entertainment today?
I always say the sooner you discover and you work and you focus on who you are and bring that truth to the table and to the industry and to yourself and the mirror and to your family and to your friends and to your circle, the better everything will sort of fall into it. I think that I would say do not focus or chase or try to be what you think the industry wants you to be or you to how you should look, etc. I think just focusing and locking in on that truth, that ever evolving truth every day, and I think that there should be more focus on that. And then of course work hard, train hard, and not just saying that, like actually sacrifices are going to have to be made. You're not going to maybe be the most popular social person in your circle, but because you're working towards bigger and greater things for yourself. And sometimes, I can't even tell you how many, oh my God, like how many things I've had to sort of say no to or cancel, whatever, because I'm like, my voice, my body, I can't do that right now. And so, and be okay with that and genuinely be like, trust that working towards the best, healthiest, happiest version of yourself for yourself, number one, and then number two, for your circle and people around you will be so beautifully inspiring to the industry, whatever the industry is, and to the people around you. And when you walk into a room, let's say for an audition, how wonderful and inspiring and a breath of fresh air it is to see someone truly sitting in their truth and just being themselves. Like, it's just so relaxing. Everyone in the room sort of goes, because you can tell when someone is trying too hard to be something that they're not. And it's sort of a kind of awkward and uncomfortable to watch. Sometimes you're kind of like, please stop. But you also sort of feel bad because you're like, well, this person doesn't know. Like, they're trying to be like, look at me, like I can do that too. And you're like, you actually don't need to, and that's okay. And also, not every job is for everybody, and that's okay too. Like, I'm not gonna go in for like many things, and that's okay, because that's not me. And can't wait for whoever gets it. And shout out to them. But Yes, I feel like I said a lot, but hopefully that
No,
made
that's
sense.
great. I
Yeah.
think it's the perfect kind of like, I guess, full circle moment. Because as
Yeah.
we started this conversation, we were talking about your character May within Juliet. And I think even just having you here at the table today and really sharing with us this enriching conversation in your life and your perspectives, it really goes to show like why your character May really is so sincere, and like I could feel that energy being
Yeah.
played in that
Thank
character.
you.
So thank you so much. And
Thank
I
you.
think we're really excited. Like I really love the show. I want to go back and see it again. And it got extended.
Yes.
Yeah.
August 30th? Yes. August
So
30th.
like
Amazing.
exciting.
Yeah,
So
so a lot of people will now want to go. Now
Yes,
we've got a good behind the scenes. So
Yeah.
all the work that
you
it
guys
takes.
have to check it out. Where can people find more information? Like how do people find you online?
I'm
You personally.
me
first.
personally.
Yeah.
I don't know, on Instagram and on TikTok at Matt Raffy. That's just like straight
Awesome.
up my name. Classic.
Yeah. and Julia.
Yeah, just go on the Mirvish website, mirvish.com, ? Yes, mirvish.com. And look up Juliet Toronto, Mirvish, and get your tickets. Come party.
Definitely everyone should be seeing this show. So huge thank you again to Matt Raffy for joining us today and giving us such an honest look into the world of live theater, performance, and what it really takes to chase creative dreams at the highest level.
And honestly, after this conversation, it's easy to see why Anne Juliet has become such a phenomenon.
Yeah, so whether you're into theater, pop culture, music, or just stories about people carving out their own path, this show really has something for everyone. And seeing Canadian talent like Matt shine on a stage this big is something we love celebrating here at Table 6.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let us know who we should have next at the table. We'll see you next time on Table 6.